So yes, hello, it's Kenji here and welcome back to Forza Horizon 3. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Forzathon known as Horizon Secret Service, which features the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3. Once again, you do not need the Porsche DLC to get this car because it's a Forzathon car, as I've said that many times in my previous videos. But that's besides the point. So on to the challenges. The first one I would suggest you guys complete is Eye on the Spy, which is to complete a championship in an Aston Martin DB5 to win the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3. Now why do I say this? Because there's another challenge called Stirred Not Shaken, which is to perform 10 wreckage skills in an Aston Martin to earn 55,000 experience. Now odds are in the championship with that many races, you're bound to do some wreckage skills, so you're going to clear the wreckage challenge somewhere in the championship. So I would suggest you guys just straight away and go ahead do the championship. It makes things a lot faster. Now the other tip is that the DB5, naturally, as most of you know, is a rear wheel drive car and it lacks a bit of power. So in regards to this, I would suggest you guys choose a championship that is all tarmac, like none of it on dirt roads, because the Astons don't really like dirt roads since it's rear-wheel drive. But that's unless given you convert the DB5 to an all-wheel drive, which is probably a sin to most Aston Martin enthusiasts. But yeah, if you decide to stick to rear-wheel drive like myself, because I find the Aston should be a rear-wheel drive, then in terms of championships, I would suggest you guys pick something that is purely tarmac to make things easier while driving. And then you guys should be able to get the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3 relatively easily. And in terms of AI difficulty, it doesn't really matter because it just says complete a championship, so you can also complete it in Stone Dead Last. But anyway, the other challenge, and that's the only other challenge, is known as Car Chase, and that's to complete 3 flag rushes to win 3 wheel spins, which to me it's somewhat of a waste of time, because odds are when you get into in an online lobby with games, you're probably going to get a mix of King, Infected and Flag Rush. So if you're the kind of guy like me who doesn't really have the time for this, then you can skip this challenge. But if you guys have the time, then you can go ahead and get the 3 wheel spins, because the only other way to do this relatively quickly is that if you guys have a bunch of friends to play with and create a private lobby, then you guys can complete 3 flag rushes relatively quickly. But if you're like me and join random online lobbies, then that's a whole different story. And the last one, which is not a challenge, but I'll still say it's basically secret R&D, and that's the 30% discount of all Aston Martins, which is quite nice, I should say. But yeah, this is a relatively short Forzathon, and in my opinion, if you guys like the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3, then just go for it, because it's not something that is relatively difficult. It's just that it's probably time consuming because the Aston Martin DB5 is a bit low on power, so it will take time to complete a championship. But then again, since it's just completing a championship, you don't really need to be first or anything, because once you complete, you'll get the free Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3. Now regarding a DB5, in terms of cost, it is quite expensive. It's about 500,000 credits, about 560,000 with the discount that's going on right now. But then again, you can apply the additional discount so-called trick that I showed in the previous video to get a bigger discount. But I think in terms of performance, the Porsche 911 Turbo 3.3, it is a classic Porsche, so naturally it's not really fast. Then again, it is something that's quite nice to drive, and if you guys are Porsche fans, then you guys definitely need one in your garage. But that's pretty much the only challenge that is really worth it, because the other one, which awards you 55,000 XP, is bound to be completed somewhere when you're doing your championship to get the Porsche. So that's that. And then as for the flag rush, like I said, it's a bit of, well, I won't say it's a waste of time, but as for me, I don't really see the point just to get 3 wheel spins. And I think that is pretty much it, because this is a very short Forzathon. So once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out.